Good evening, everybody, and welcome. I was going to say back to Prioritise Britain, but we're not doing an episode tonight. We're just doing a Q and A. I am currently not in the studio. As you may be able to tell, I am in the midst of traveling with some very important updates incoming, some very important things. There's a fucking hair flying off. Very important things incoming. But we are currently in the temporary studio, which is a hotel room. We've got some very good things coming actually in the next week, where hopefully, we should be able to get everything a little bit back to normality. It's a little bit crazy for the last 3 weeks, but a little bit back to normality. So I thought, why not? We'll do a Q&A. You guys like asking me things. I like responding to things. We won't rant about how everybody is losing their mind and Zach Polanski is losing his mind and going on about how this Labour government is fascist and Nazi now, which is bonkers. But everyone's losing their mind. All of Twitter's gone crazy. All of the left wing has gone crazy. They're mad because people are actually taking more of a stance against illegal migrants. But it's a bit funny. In all fair, I have now ratioed Zach Polanski. Add that to the list. We've got Kemi Badenoch, Keir Starmer, Zach Polanski, Shabana Mahmood, Tommy Robinson, all ratioed, right? All ratioed. So we'll get into the questions, see what you guys are saying tonight. Good evening to everybody in the chat. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, fellow nationalists. Have I seen Danny Tomo's new video? I have not. Why? What is he doing now? Is he trying to agitate people again? Is he trying to get people to go and attack things again? Oi, 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 oi. I don't even want to watch it. Last time I spoke to Danny was an accident. I accidentally voice called him at like 9 o'clock at night. I was at the pub with some nationalists, and I accidentally called him, and he was like, "Don't call me sausage." I was like, "Danny, you're the last of the people that I want to talk to anyway. Don't you worry about that one, chap. Don't you worry about that one." Would you consider yourself far right? Yeah, probably in like context to what is far right now. Then yeah, I mean my opinions were just like the baseline, like 80, 90 years ago, and now like they're considered like extremism because ethno-nationalism is the extreme now when it shouldn't be. It's just common sense if you ask me. But yeah, I suppose that I am far right. I suppose that I am far right. What are your thoughts on Nick Fuentes going full Civnat? I don't really think he was going full Civnat. Uh, from my analysis, he was mainly just saying like all the people that have attacked him that have a political platform, if they want to ally with him, to put America first. I don't think that's him directly saying, "Oh, black and brown people can also be American." I think that's just him saying, "Look, we've moved past the time of people trying to cancel me. Maybe now it's a time that we work together to put America first." That's what I got from it. I'm not crashing out about it. I don't think it was that bad. Do you consider the EU countries that have no? What do I consider the EU countries that have no hope? I think all of Europe's got hope. Maybe I'm too optimistic, but I don't think there's any point being nihilistic. As long as there are Europeans, I don't think that their hope is lost. So I think every European country has a chance to succeed. Every European country has a chance to fulfill its destiny, right? We can all get back. We're just in hard times right now. We can easily get back out of hard times. We can easily. He was like, get all the lads from the pub. Oh, of course he was. Danny Tomo is just an agitator. He's such a fed. It's so obvious that guy's a fed. And then, he messaged me. He DM'd me. And he went, the real world will catch up to you, Hugh. I was like, all right. All right. Whatever you say, Danny boy. And then I literally just messaged like, love you too, Danny. Because, like, what's the best thing to do other than troll him? And then I accidentally video called him when he called me a sausage. And I was like, all right, whatever you claim, I identify as far right. Well, I don't even like the left right spectrum. I think it's retarded. Like, you know what I mean? Good evening to you. Noticing is widespread. Take hope from it. Well, we have hopium, right? You don't think France has hope? Well, when they get rid of Macron, Macron is nothing more than a WEF shill. He is an absolute goy slop with a transgender husband, more than likely. It'd be funny to see how that court case goes, but we'll see. Bit cheeky, America claimed to be an ethno state in the first place. Well, if you look at like the Constitution for America, it was written for the white people. So I think they have a claim to it. It's a bit more difficult than our claim to it, considering we're an ethnic group. But They have a claim to it. We'll see. We'll see. Which access bills would you reappeal? Well, I'd get rid of the Refugee Convention 1951 and the British National Act of 1958, because I think that's what's leading to so many people claiming to be British and what's annihilating our identity. My issue with claiming British as a civic identity is that it doesn't have to apply to the ethnicity, so it can annihilate the ethnicities. It's just this broad term, which is terrible. Which just if we were to get rid of that and get rid of the term British for applying to anybody that's in these isles, then we could start focusing on our ethnic groups. Because somebody that's from Bangladesh goes, well, I'm British as well because I have a British passport and all of that and all that crazy, stupid, retarded shit. But if we got rid of that and it was just English, Scottish, Welsh, then I mean you have ethnic ties to those lands. So I think that's probably the main thing that I'd want to appeal. Then you got all like the hate speech laws, which is stupid anyway. The Communications Act of saying that anything can be grossly offensive without intent. I just think that's so stupid. Like, what do you mean grossly offensive? What even determines what is offensive or grossly? What's the threshold for something being grossly offensive? Like, if I call myself a slur, does that make it grossly offensive, or does that just make it offensive? But then if I say you, is that grossly offensive, or is that just offensive? It's just ridiculous. The Equality Act, yeah. Well, no, I agree. The issue with the Equality Act is that it's so stupidly broad and it contradicts itself. I mean, this is the whole thing they were having with the trans issue. They were like going, oh, but the Equality Act, they had to go all the way back to, I think it was 1975 to find the last time where legislation had defined what a man or a woman was in law for them to go, oh, that's what the Equality Act meant. It's so dumb. It's so dumb. What Farage said is based. Hopefully, it's true. Are you on about banning foreign nationals from benefits or like 70%, something like that? Is that what you're on about? Oh wait, hold on. Oh no, I saw that. I saw. Sorry, that's what you're on about. Nigel Farage allegedly told Jewish classmate Hitler was right and gassed. Okay, guys, come on, come on. The only way to win this war is to play them at their own game. The way to win this war is infiltration, if you ask me. There's a lot of based reform candidates that are going to be applying for 2029 that are actually based. You've got to infiltrate with them. It's like you have your own MPs from working outside of Parliament. So I think that's probably one of the smartest ways forwards, honestly, if we want to work with those things. What is the most common eye colour hair combination in English? Um, White, blonde, blue eyes, then brown hair, brown eyes. I've got blue. Well, I've got like bluey grey eyes and brown hair. I used to be like bleach blonde. I used to be bleach blonde when I was a baby. I used to be an Aryan Chad when I was a baby, and then I became darker. Then I became darker in my eyes. I mean, look at my mustache looks a bit ginger in this light there. You see I shaved, by the way. It was getting too much. I was beginning to look a bit scraggly. I was like, we'll shave it down. So it's stubble right now, but we did shave it back to the test. We are still missing the middle bit though. No one mentioned the lack of the middle, right? No one mentioned the lack of the middle. I don't trust Garage, to be honest, but I'd vote Reform. There's no one else. Well, it's a stepping stone, right? It's a stepping stone. It's like you don't have to like everything that he does. And I don't like everything that he does, but leaving the ECHR, trying to roll back on the Boris wave, actually putting his foot down when it comes to like illegal migrants, that's a step forwards. That's probably like the step forwards that we need at this point. Otherwise, who else is going to do it? Like Rupert Lowe is like, yeah, don't get me wrong, Rupert Lowe's based, and like he's been sat there today talking about legal migrants as well, which is great, but I don't know how far Rupert Lowe's ever going to get because he's an independent. So need some based youth parliamentarians. It's happening. It's happening. Do you like Rupert Lowe? I think he's doing the best job for like the immigration point of view. I'm not a big fan of his like stance on foreign conflicts. I appreciate that he's talking more about like foreign aid and stuff. So there you go. Have I ever done an ancestry test? I am mainly I've got more Celt than Anglo. I know people are gonna hate that. My family's from the Highlands. My family from the Highlands moved down to Newcastle, then to Grimsby, where I was born. Um, more Celt, a little bit, a lot of English, and then a touch of Irish, like North Irish. Nobody call me Robinson. We're different, all right. Nobody call me Robinson. Um, so what comes after reform let us down that interests me. Well, my theory with reform is they'll get Farage in, but he will like give in after the first year. I mean, they're already trying to get Zia Yusuf as like the leader, and people see Zia useless, yeah, who is this just brown Muslim Sri Lankan guy, um, and he's not really going to do anything important. And everybody will be like, okay. And then I think a lot of the ethno nats will be like, why is this guy in charge of our country? Because yeah, yeah. Any changes to your views on Trump? Not particularly. I still think he's a globalist shill. Um, I mean, his H1 B1 visa backlash and reverting his idea of, oh, well, we need the workers. We can't do people here now. We can't do people here now. And now it's, yeah, he's gone like, oh, we're just going to import people. We need to import the people and whatnot. Well, it's just a complete betrayal of the American people. So, no, I don't really change my opinions on Trump. No, I don't. Whereabout in the Highland? I was from near Aberdeen, is where my family originates from. I know. I know. That's why I'm so white. That's why I'm so white. Definitely at least 5% Jewish. You got me. Look at the nose. You see that bump there? That's the Ashkenazi. That's where the Ashkenazi's hiding. That's where the Ashkenazi's hiding. How are you doing, Hugh? Anything you'd like us to pray for? Just pray for yourselves. Pray for your family. I mean, pray for our people. It's still a rough time. Like we're in a rough time of politics. I'm fine. I'm fine. We got some. My life's been going good. Um, I fixed a lot of things. Like we're working on it. I'm working on my independence as well. I mean, like I'm no longer shackled to my old life. So can't complain, can I? Can't complain. Life goes on, gets better. I need to de-bloat my face though. I was looking in the mirror earlier. I was like, I used to have like fucking cheekbones, and I was getting older. The fucking fat's getting in. I'm looking like Kim Jong Un. So I need to de-bloat. I'm gonna get one of those like Gao Chai things, whatever they're called. You know, like you rub 'em on your face and like we got a mog. I can't. How can I be the mogger if I get bloated? The fuck? What is that about? It's impossible. It's impossible. Would you join Active Club England? What do you think of the recent news report on it? Is that the one that was like trying to expose the details for the members of it? Um, I, look, when it comes to the social groups and whatnot, I'm glad that people. I'm glad that people are happy about having a social group. I don't really give a shit. I would rather get involved with the local community rather than like a boys group which blows out our faces and does hikes. But if that's what works for people, then sure, sure. Not for me then. Not for me. You're on a good stream, Hugh. You deserve more support, mate. Thank you, my fella. Well, we've only been doing it for 5 months. We'll keep going, right? We'll keep going and see how it is. Intermittent fasting will do that. Well, maybe I'll do that. I gotta do a bit more exercise as well. I can't be bloating. I can't be bloating, please. Not at my age. This is politics for you. Too much stress and always inside, fucking on your computer and shit. So, what would you do to make Britain more globally dominant? Well, we need to start working. Well, in the modern age, if we're going to become more globally dominant, we need to get ahead on like AI and shit like that. As much as I'm not a fan of AI because I see it as like demonic, we if we're gonna compete with like China and whatnot, we need to get better at AI and start investing in it. We need to have a better partnership with China and shit as well because like this red tape that NATO's putting on top of that those countries is just retarded. And I'm not a fan of it. Um, I'm not a fan of it. So I think we need to invest in things like AI, nuclear. Considering we're service-based economy, which I'm not a fan of either, I think we should look into more industry. But again, it's a lot harder considering they've all shut down. But we got to get ahead of the game. We're too far behind. We're behind on nuclear. France and America have leapt up and taken it over from us. But We got to get ahead of the game, right? And we got to be sterner on things. We're such pussies on the world stage. I mean, we got like fucking Starmer, who's just like another John Major. They're just grey. They're just grey. No personality, no nothing. No one takes them seriously. You think anybody actually gives a shit what Starmer says on the world stage? He's a coward. He's a coward. Into it, yeah, I will fast. Don't worry. Get down the gym. I will. Now that I'm becoming more settled and shit, I will look for a gym membership, and I will be going down the gym. Don't worry. You're gonna see. Like, I'm gonna keep my shirt on for the next like 6 months, and I'll take it off at the end of the 6 months, and it'll be like a gladiator, right? It'll be like a gladiator. You have to get more leg lengthening surgery. No, excuse me. Small people do it best, right? Small people do it best. No one calls out ADF for being fake. Well, I said this right because I know a guy that's in the ADF, and I was like, "Why do you have all these segments of it?" I was like, Why have you got like the gay segment? Why have you got the Jewish segment?" I was like, "What the fuck is that got to do with Germany?" And he was like, "Oh, it's just to like embrace people and like so we can widen our voter base." And I was like, "Is it worth it? Is it worth like destroying the principles of your party and like trying to expand out into all these little protection groups to appeal to more voters when your party should be on like stern values?" You know what I mean? Two little resources. Scotland has gasped. Scotland's leaving Britain soon. Well, this is what I'm on about. We need resources. This is why I'm saying I'd like more industrialization. But resources also, with AI taking over, AI will become a form of resource. Like the technology that goes behind it and the computing that goes behind it, they are gonna want it. They are gonna want it. Hence you, true. We've been run by yeah. Hugh, I'm a literal Mexican and I'm 6'2". You need the leg lengthening surgery. Follow the steps of. No, no. Look, that guy's already 6'2". I mean, he de-bloated his face. Maybe I need to ask about that. Maybe I should. Um, maybe I should. I'll be like, Clav, how do I de-bloat? I'm bloating too much. How do I de-bloat? I'd think he'd say I'm a slight mogger, right? It'd say I'm like slightly mogging. So I don't know. I'll ask, but I'm not doing the fucking leg surgery. Not doing the leg surgery. We wouldn't be where we are today if it weren't for our past colonies. Therefore, we need to do something similar. Are we saying colonize? The second British Raj. I'm fine with that. Let's take it. Somebody said that to me. They were like, "Hugh, would you colonize the world again?" I was like, "Look, ideally, we never would have lost it, right?" I'm not gonna do plastic or jaw surgery. I'm not asked. I'm not. I'm not one of those people that's asked about like being like the best looking thing in the entire world. Who gives a shit? I always think people like this that like care so much about their physical appearance. I'm like, who gives a shit? Especially like when you get a partner, then who gives a fuck? You know what I mean? Like when you get a partner, is anyone really gonna care after that? Just look how you want to look. That's probably impossible. But probably at this point in time, I'd say if we were going to have an empire, wait for a few colonies to collapse or implode on themselves, and then start thinking about like offering our sovereignty back. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. AKA take them back over. AKA population of 40 million tops. Hmm. Are we talking depopulation or are we talking deportation? Thoughts on Italians? Nick Tenconi. That's what I think of when I think of Italians. Can we remigrate Nick Tenconi to the mountains of Italy? He can drink red wine till his heart's contempt away from us. Telling me that based in Bougie, I saw somebody going on about based in Bougie. Based in Bougie is as English as me, as Tenconi would say. Excuse me, Tenconi, no thank you. I don't listen to your propaganda. I'm not a man of propaganda. Scotland won't leave. Nationalism has been sentiment in Scotland. England just nostalgic for empirical times. But unfortunately, we no longer rule the world. Nationalise first. So even Britain, if Britain were to revive its empire, unfortunately, though, due to international law, modern day imperialism, it's practically impossible. Yeah, I mean, like, look, as of right now, no, but I have a feeling, especially over the next, like, few decades, I have a feeling things will be rebelled against. You will see rebellions in the West against like central banking and the WEF and NATO. So there's a chance that international law will be plundered into the abyss in time to come. Because people are sick of this like global diplomacy bollocks, which just doesn't work, and it just leads to countries like ours becoming like hellholes because we're the diplomatic center hub for the world, which is why we get shoved with all these foreigners here as well, because we have to pay back for our crimes. Yeah, fuck off. Honestly, fuck off. Honestly, can't wait for recolonization. Cecil Rhodes. Well, this is the thing, right? This is the thing. This is the thing. When people sit there and they tell me like, oh, I hate small talk. And people go on about small talk and they're on about the fucking football or they're watching basketball or some shit like that. When people finally recognize how fake all that shit is, or they sit there going on about Shawn Mendes or Dua fucking Lipa. Oh, I hate Dua Lipa. And Dua Lipa put on her story that we need to respect everybody and that Muslims feel unsafe in our countries now. We need to respect Muslims. And Dua Lipa did that. Dua Lipa's not fucking cool. You know who's cool? Cecil Rhodes is cool. All right, kids? Cecil Rhodes is cool. Cecil Rhodes literally has an entire country named after him. The only Englishman to have an entire country named after him. He took the place, he colonized it, he modernized it, he made it a fucking financial hub in Africa. That is cool. That is human spirit. That is the white European power. That is the power of individuals able to experience what it is to be a human being. That is life. But everyone's too busy talking about people like Dua Lipa that sat there on Instagram going on about race relations in the Middle fucking East. No one cares. No one cares. Wake up and actually appreciate people like Cecil. Oh, it pisses me off. It actually gets me going. That's one thing that pisses me off. That's one thing that really pisses me off. Oh, but Dua Lipa. Oh, but Dua Lipa. You're a fucking spastic, honestly. They're not heroes. Modern day pop icons. People that sit there with all the icons. And, oh my god, Dua Lipa and all. I don't care. I don't care. They are not icons. Why are you looking up to these people? They've done nothing for this world apart from produce shitty music that's used to fucking brainwash you anyway. Whatever. That's the level. That's the level. We don't have the right people in our movement. We have very interesting people in our movement. Very interesting. Thoughts on Bitcoin? Would you create a strategic reserve? Yeah, I think Bitcoin is important. I think you've got to be careful though, because they'll use AI to like track out people and like track your. They will be able to use it. I mean, they're already starting to do it at the top ranks, using AI to track people that are using Bitcoin. I've got into using Bitcoin recently. Paul Miller was teaching me how you do that because I mean you've got to be careful with debanking and whatnot. What percentage of England being White Britain do you want? Well, ideally it would have been 100%, but realistically at this point in time, 95% is the most realistic we can get to as of right now, and then we work from there, right? We work from there, right? Um, you're taking a hotel room away from an immigrant. I know, I know. You need to find a wife and make kids twice as much as the replacement rate. No patriot should having less than 3 to 4 kids. 3 to 4. I'm gonna have seven. I'm gonna have seven. I'm gonna have 7 kids, and I'm gonna make my own colony in Africa again. I'm gonna be the new Cecil Rhodes. I'm gonna have 7 children. They're gonna be Aryan Chads. I'm gonna marry a giant, like a very tall woman. So they're all tall because I'm a small guy. So they're all gonna be tall. 6 or 7 kids, 6 or 7. And they're all going to be really tall kids, and we're going to go to Africa, and we're going to take back Rhodesia, right? We're going to take back Rhodesia. The late 2020s will be the start of the world becoming... Yeah, it's what I mean. It's what I mean. Dua Lipa would love Sharia. She's like, oh, Don. I only say Dua Lipa because I have a personal hatred for Dua Lipa. I have a personal hatred for Dua Lipa. Whoever's next to me in this hotel is like, who the fuck is this guy? Who the fuck is this guy ranting about Dua Lipa? Yes, past tense. He was, yeah. His spirit still lives on. The spirit of Cecil Rhodes still lives on. Strange hotel room decor. It's a fucking bed, bro. Like, oh my god, it's like a vlogging camera. Hey guys, welcome back to my vlogging. No. She can't sing. I'm not getting into Dua Lipa. We're not doing it. I can't. I can't do it. I just can't do it. Stop it. I can't do it. Seven autistic children that can't maintain relationships. Sick. What the fuck do you mean? I got a great relationship with my grandparents. I'll teach my kids to be based. Based kids will have better relationships with based partners. The issue is trying to form relationships with people right now in our current country who are all mentally retarded and brainwashed by the Marxist liberal ideas, and then you say something they don't like and they just fucking crash out. Yeah, duh. No wonder you can't have fucking relations with them. No more passport broing was short lived. Yeah, let's get rid of the passports as well. Where the fuck am I? I'm in Rhodesia right now. I'm in Agartha. I went to the North Pole and I went past the ice wall. I went past the ice wall. Would I leave the UN? Yeah, the UN's fucking cringe. So cringe. What? I don't like. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm just the one that doesn't. I don't give a shit about diplomacy. I don't care if countries like us. I care if they respect us. It's not about being liked. It's about being respected. Would I say I have the tism? Well, a doctor said that once, and I have a little fucking thing that says I do, but I just ignore it. I'm like, nah. I'm not. I'm not autistic. I'm just like retarded, but like in a based way. You know what I mean? Retarded in a based way. Um, Saying everything is based is such a great political movement to gather around. It is based. Aren't you gay though? Men defo can't have kids. Who said I was gonna fuck a man? Watch me. Watch me have a child. I could be transgender. I could be transgender. What are my thoughts on Canada? Canada's being kind of based at the minute. I mean, who's that guy they elected? Mark something? Was his name Mark? I don't pay enough attention to Canada. Don't really care. Um, they're being kind of based at the minute. I mean, they've got like a big like remigration homeland party that's on the rise. So too many Indians in Canada, but I've got to give it to them. They're beginning to step up. You kind of do look trans. What the fuck are you on about? Can someone ban this guy? What the fuck are you? What's it? Mark? Yeah, his name is Mark Carney. That's it. What the fuck are you on about? Look trans. What trans woman, man? I don't know. Last thing my wallet needs. Well, listen, paying fucking rent. Paying fucking rent for a flat. So no, no, I don't want kids right now. I'll have kids. I'll have kids eventually, right? And my kids will be based. They will be based, and I hate that word, but they're going to be based. Um, what is just about the wide number of Aryan women creating mixed? Okay, you want a simple solution? You want a simple solution to mixed race mixing couples? Deport the foreigners. They can't breed with a foreigner. Holy pause. Holy pause. Wait, if they're not here, they can't breed? They can't breed. We have a huge active club scene rising there. Similar to Australia. Yeah, that's what I meant. That's what I meant. They're on the rise. I imagine they'll keep going. Where is Mary? Where is our Nana? Well, my Nan is at home. I rang her a bit ago, but I don't know where Mary is. Um, Send all the immigrants back based. What kind of government works best and why? Again, I think it kind of depends on the situation you're in. I think an absolute monarchy can work, and it can work quite well. But when they start trying to redefine biblical structure or whatnot, I mean, like the Church of England, which is just awful, uh, then it collapses and it just ends into this like weird like descent. I think I guess it varies by population. When you've got like a large population like China, I guess they're like bigger approach to more an authoritarian. People call China communist. It's nearing more like Mussolini's 1935 fascism than it is communism. I think that works well there because of how big their population is. So it's like maintaining order and like military service and stuff like that. Whereas I don't think that's going to work for a population of like Iceland because it's little. You know what I mean? That just turned into like a North Korean situation. What about our situation? What do we need right now? Well, we clearly need more authoritarianism. I think that we could benefit from a government that wants to implement like mandatory military service and stuff like that again. Um, or I think the most Western countries require authoritarianism at this point in time to redact the liberalism that is being plagued through our systems. I don't believe whether a government is good or not. Yeah, it's not about the government being good or not. I think government's a necessary evil because I think people are stupid and require people to tell them what to do. I'm saying the powers that a government has, from like extreme dictatorship to like relative authority, would vary on populations. Living out a hotel, buddy. I'm only here for the night. Thanks very much. Moving into my flat Friday. Wink. Hugh is becoming like the Nick Fuentes of UK. Lol, as if you would join the military himself. Get the fuck out, bro. Easy. Easy. Hello? When we stop fighting foreign wars, when we stop sending off our men to go and deal with Ukraine or to go help with the peace transition in Gaza and getting us involved in the war on terror, then I'd promote it. I'd promote it. Thought Labour would have tried harder to bring England back to the EU. That's when you're going to expect massive backlash. Yeah, good job, thank you. Police are necessary evil, I suppose. A lot help their local area. British Empire just needs to go full galactic, recreate Star Wars. Well, we colonize Star Wars, right? They all speak English. I'm highly trained in a lot of things. I've got a very specific set of skills. I've got a very specific set of skills. You don't know what I can do, right? I'm a man of many mysteries. I can do a lot of things. I can do a lot of things. Every advert has a white woman with an ethnic guy. This is true. This is true. I think it's more widespread. I don't promote it. I'm not a fan of it. I get told off for not being a fan of it. My philosophy on nationalism. Well, if I'm going to get into my philosophy on nationalism, I have to go for like my understanding of human nature. I think humans are by nature tribal, but I think that humans are also by nature sheep. I think that most people just follow the status quo. So I think that nationalism as a philosophy requires somebody that has the mental fortitude to break out of the status quo and can command and to treat the rest of the people as brothers in a kettle, because we have to recognize that individualism only goes so far until you look at the brainwashing that people go through. So if you want nationalism to work, you have to rally people behind a cause. Humans aren't sheep by nature. I disagree entirely. I think that 95% of people will just imitate. I mean, you imitate from the day that you're born. I think that 5% of people have the ability to rationally think about things. Like, I mean, the whole thing about the liberal mind virus, I think that's just most people that fall into that kind of trap, especially young people, is because they are just sheepish. They're just a product of their environment. I mean, like, if I was a product of my environment, I would be completely different to how I am now. I guess my issue is that I just am completely rebellious against all kind of like social tarnishing. So that I think that most people are just they're imitators. Don't think that I think nowadays more. I think we used to be innovators. Um, I think a combination of the entertainment we're given, the shit we get put in our body, the drugs that get put in our body, the society around us, and yeah. But I also do think that by nature humans are sheepish. But I think that those people that know that we're sheepish exploit that and give us things to make us fall in line as like slaves. So should the traitors who open the borders be put into jail, or I think we will see what happens when we get to that point, right? There you go. We'll see. We'll see. So if I missed anything, Have I found a woman, guys? If you want to send in applications, send them to my LinkedIn. How is it possible you also have large hands? It's look. Well, this is a mug, right? It's a coffee a tea mug. That's my hand next to it. I have size 11 feet. I People don't realize I might be a small guy, but look, I'm wearing shoes. Look how big my fucking feet are. I have size 11 feet. It's time actually Strongbow Cantry. When are you going to confront Tommy in person? When I know where he is. When I know where he is. Every government is a. It was human nature to be sheep. Different species are the same. Look at the. Well, it's what I mean. I think that humans are by nature sheepish. But I also think that a lot of conditioning makes us more. Like, I think that naturally we're sheepish, but we're sheepish in our social groups and with like our family and stuff like that. And past that, now with like the social media and the idea of everyone's going to be part of a label, that's making a societal sheepish mentality. So I think we are sheep by nature, but we're being exploited to be more submissive by control. That's normal size feet. I'm fucking 5'6", bro. I'm 5'6" with size 11 feet. When does that happen? When does that happen? I got big ass hair. This is a can of hairspray. My hand goes up like most of the hairspray. That's pretty big, right? No, I'm not. That sounds weird, but you know what I mean. You know what I mean. You know what I mean. What do I think about the U.S. planning to invade Venezuela? I don't. Every time that the US or we have overthrown a government because we don't like the way it's going, it collapses back on us, right? It collapses back on us. So I have 10.5 feet and I'm 6'2". Well, a lot of my old videos, this is cringe, bro. Cheers to the sun, man. Thank you. A lot of my old videos, like the one in Liverpool where they were going like, I have clown feet or like laughing at my shoes, it's because I have massive fucking feet, so they just look weird, like compared to the rest of me, because they genuinely do look clownish, right? Astrazine and plastics in water. Well, we're talking to Reese Talkings tomorrow. So he will talk to us all about conspiracy. So tomorrow evening, guys, if you like conspiracies, that'll be something, right? An actual hobbit. I am a hobbit. I'm protecting my shire. You got a problem with me protecting my fucking shire? Got a problem with me protecting my shire? Need a 7 foot tall, blonde hair, blue eyed leader. Good luck with that one. Good luck. Who is that one guy? There's this really retarded guy that goes somewhere in like Oxford Brookes. He goes to Oxford Brookes. And he's everywhere. And he was at the Tory. Oh, he's like 7 foot. He was on TikTok. His name is Mick something. Something Mick something. You'll find him on TikTok. He's funny. What colour are my eyes? They're like bluey grey. Where's my line? Wait, I'll show you this. Hold on. Oh, hold on. That's really the right. Can you even see that? I need to bleach my hair. I don't know if I'd look good with bleach hair. Not really sure if that's my thing. Excuse me. Oh, they're gonna release the Epstein files. They're releasing the Epstein files. Now we get to see who's a nods. How many more times do you think Tommy Robinson's name is going to be in the Epstein files? He's literally Fuentes now. Why? What have I done now? What have I done now? Is it because of the hair? This is how my hair used to always be. All those videos of me from my past, they were always like, it was like this. This is how I do it regularly. It's just easy. I don't have to think about it. I just roll out of bed. It's just bang. I've been traveling all day. The fuck do you want me to do? Walk around with like fucking stiff ass hair while it's raining? No, I'm just gonna sit there and have like a mop on my head. Your hair, yeah. Again, this is how I always used to have it. Let me find. I'll find you a picture. I'll find you. I don't even care. You guys can see one of my old pictures, right? Hold on. You guys can see one of my old pictures. Here's hold on, what? Oh, I have so many fucking pictures. Hold on. Da, 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 da. He copied me. Well, I think all men go through, especially our generation. Yeah, that's such a good video, right? Of the Trump shuffle. That was such a good video. Oswald Mosley look is best fitted for real. Well, the mustache back, right? But I like looking at my own person. Oh God, okay. This is a picture from January this year. Like, look, you see that? You can't really see my face, but you see the hair? It was messy. It was messy. That's how it always was. I was a messy hair kind of guy. Have my parents been in contact? No. No. I'm not going to talk about my parents there, but no. You tan your skin to look like us, so desperate. I don't even tan, I fucking burn. I just go red. I turn into like a red Indian, bro. I don't want to look like you. What do you want me to do? Walk down the street going, oh, like, what do you mean? Um, Travel Lodge. No, this is a separate hotel. That jawline could cut plate steel. Based. At least you didn't go for the fake tough guy beard look. I like the mustache. I like the mustache. My Trump shuffle. I'm actually so good at the Trump shuffle, right? I practice that shit, right? Like, look at that. I mean, minus the allegations about Trump, right? Minus the Bubba allegations, right? But come on. You got to get it in the. It's in the knees. It's in the knees, right? It's in the knees. I was about to call you a slur. You want me to call you a slur? You want me to call you a slur? Just kidding. Um, don't fatten up. This is why I'm saying I can't bloat. I can't bloat. I gotta get I'm to the gym, fucking 4 times a week. Get myself beefed. Like, there's a little bit of a bump. It used to be like that, and then I stopped going to the gym. We'll get it back, right? We'll get it back. We'll get it back. When his hair is brown, what do you want me to do? Be fucking bleach blonde? Excuse me. No. Russian asset. Yeah, I'm a Russian asset. They call me Vladimir Putin. That hip movement. That's how he does it. That's how he does it. Shut the fuck up. Play YMCA, should I? No, no, no. Someone can edit YMCA and get that gym work. Yeah, well, don't worry. Those punches need some work. Right, okay, I know, I know. Like, you gotta move the chest, right? It's a shh. You're reporting me. For what? I didn't even call you a slur. I'm reporting you. I'm reporting you. Why am I getting sent a link? Hold on. What is this? Uh-oh. Hold on. Where the fuck is my signal? Hold on. Oh, it's my okay, it's an interview that I did. Uh you even get a beard to get the birth rate up. You even get a beard. I just shaved off my fucking beard. What's I got to do with the birth rate? How's movement? I ratioed Zach Palensky. Everyone's turned away to from this to trash. I like Alex Jones. Um, Hurty feelings. I'm brown and you wish you was too. Yeah, okay. Okay. You finally shaved. Yeah, I know. It was growing out too long. I was like, we'll get it down again. We'll get it down. I was missing the jawline, right? I'm missing the jawline. Does anyone actually go to YMCA? I don't know. I didn't even realize it was a real thing. Don't say it or you get charges. I know. I know. fucking hate this country. You can't even make jokes. You can't even make jokes in this country. What's the point of living in Britain if I can't even make jokes? If I can't even make jokes, what's the point of living here? I've been researching Congolese wedding traditions. The rumors give the father of the bride money. Oh no. I would need to get a really fucking big ring because it wouldn't fit around her sausage fingers. I think that's one of the issues. It just wouldn't fit around the sausage fingers. But you know, Africans built Britain. Okay, Elrage Bay. Elrage Bay. I live in Mexico. My skin looks like that of an Italian if I went to Europe. Will I get super pale? Maybe. If you come blonde, you'll be more Aryan. Do you want me to dye my hair blonde? You should dye my hair blonde. I don't think blonde's for me. Am I in a hotel? I'm traveling right now, which is why I'm in a hotel. Yes, as of right now. My phenotype looks kind of Irish. All right, that's fucking offensive. Excuse me. I'm from the Highlands. Don't do that to me. Don't do that to me. Dye it blonde. What was it that first drew you to Basin Bougie? Her magnetic personality, her gravitational pull. Yeah, it was the gravitational pull, to be honest with you. Just the way that she was bending space time around herself with her power gut. It just, I couldn't help it. I was stood there and I just felt this pull. And it was weird. I was kind of just like here, and then all of a sudden, and then, oh, fuck. You get the. You, that was based in Bougie, right? Oh, that really hurt. That was based in Bougie, right? So it was the gravitational pull. Oh, fuck, that was my arm. I probably should have landed that better. You're getting free meals and some free money, mate. Well, I paid for breakfast, so I'll get breakfast. I'll get breakfast. Do your skin turn red or brown? Red. It turns red. What do you think of paganism in the nationalist movement? I don't really have an issue with paganism. I understand why people are pagan. I understand that they see it as like their actual ancestry. So I have my own ethnic group. I'm just the Hugh. I'm just Hugh. I was just born. I was just born. And I'm here. Why are you not like based Mbuji there? I don't dislike her as a person. I just don't think that she is British. And they use her as a token. She is a token African for them to spread CivNet propaganda and go, well, look, we're the same. We're the same. You want an analysis on me? Um, if you're from the Highlands, you will 100% have Irish blood. I have a little bit. I already said that earlier. I got a little bit. I think one of my family members from the 18th century, from like Galway. Like Galway. Not much yellow tooth. We're just chilling out. We're chilling out. We're having a little bit of a chill out chat today. Unite with the pagans when the time comes. Aye. Where is he? I'm travelling today. Can a man travel? Discord. Well, we have a Discord, but I don't. I'm never really on Discord. I've got things to do. Irish people used to be considered not white. I know. I know. Well, not Celtic. Yeah. Um, ethno nationalism is. I'm 97% Nigerian. Be nice, guys. Oh, it's Kemi Badenoch. Yo, Kemi. What up, Kemi? Welcome to the chat. Welcome to the chat. Uh oh. Are we having the Christianity debate? I might actually just fucking hang myself. I can't be asked. This is always how it goes. The issue is, we've all got such like fucking vastly different opinions. It's just how it's going to end up. My race survives extinction. We will. Oh no, not the Jew debate. Oh guys, please. It's a fucking. What day are we on? It's a Tuesday. It's a Tuesday. Come on. Is it Tuesday? Yeah, it is. This is what I do. Oh, no. Please. Please. Did Matt? I don't think so. Um, bring back the structure. Yeah. Make Israel Christian again. How would I respond to someone that says ethnic nationalism is unchristian and sinful? Okay. Well, why did the Tower of Babel fall? Why did it fall? Yeah, because multiculturalism doesn't work. What did God create in Acts? Nations. Why are we different? God creates people in his image. So if he creates you a certain way, that's to live within a certain continent. So, dissing you because you've had gay past, but I believe in your cause, prioritise Britain as a fellow European. Please fight back and never quit. People diss me for fucking everything. However, you can't stop the motion, right? You can't stop the motion. So not a Premier Inn, not a Travelodge. He's splurging. This was cheaper than the Travelodge. The Travelodge was like 100 quid. This was 80. This was 80. So, no, I don't really watch foreigners debate, can't lie. I know a lot of people do, and like Bob specifically is like, I'm going to go debate all these Muslims. I'm like, I don't care about debating them. Why are we debating foreigners about their religion? Just support them. You know what I mean? Just support them. Like, why am I asked about what some foreign man from the Middle East has to say? Just support. Any migrants? Yeah, bro, everyone that works here. Everyone that works here. Even though none of my ancestors touched Britain, he spelled Britain wrong, so thanks, Ricky. The fight is on multiple fronts. It is. It is. You guys got any more questions? I'm going to do like 5 more minutes. I've had a long day. I've got to travel again in the morning. I've got 5 hours of travel. Why am I receiving so many fucking DM? What? I tweeted about orcs. 3 hours. Oh shit, that's going off. Oh shit, that's going off. Okay, what red pilled me? I think the first person that ever red pilled me into like nationalism was Trump. And then I watched a lot of Joe Rogan with the whole 9/11 thing, which then like got me into like understanding like false flags. And Alex Jones, I really liked Alex Jones. I still do. I like Alex Jones. I think he's funny. I don't really ever talk about like the dimensional shit, but I guess there's some truth to things in it. Thoughts on Steve Law? Steve's a good guy. I like Steve. Steve and I get on. Can I deliver my post over Indian? I live in deep rural England. Thoughts on Mark Collette? I don't know Mark personally, but he's been going it for a while. His life is nationalism, so sure. How do I respond when someone asks me if they'll get deported? They ask me for a date so they can laugh in my face when it doesn't happen. Well, why would you be able to give them a date? You're not in charge. But will they get deported? Are they foreign? Well, then the answer is yeah. Watch Tucker's 9/11. I have a lot, actually. There's a few Tucker things that I need to watch. I was told to watch some Tucker, so I've not watched that much Tucker. I watched a few of his things. I did watch his one with Nick Fuentes and Alex Jones, but I want to watch his one on the Thomas Crooks. I'm going to watch that as well. You studying or practicing for a more valuable job skill for Hugh? Am I studying or practicing? Well, I've devoted my life to politics now, so I kind of threw away my entire life. I have other skills, but I threw away my entire life. Lotus Eater's appearance when? Well, I met Harry the other week from Lotus Eaters. I met him in person. Nice guy, but I think they're not ready for this kind of thing yet. They've got to still go like quite mainstream. You know what I mean? Was the most influ. Yeah, Alex was good. Do I play games? I do. I do. I need I need to get my computers back so I can play actual games. BNP manifested 2010 or NRP 20 demands. Well, I'm not a member of the NRP, but again, I don't really think that applying policy from 15 years ago is smart right now. We've got to look at what's going on in our situation now. Because even 15 years ago, very different. Very, very different. Thoughts on Nick Griffin? Nick Griffin's fine. We've had very small interaction. it was just whatever, really. Get a trade or a medical trade so you don't have to be a pauper. I mean, skill. You can learn skills, right? Thoughts on Zuma? Fucking hell, you want my thoughts on everybody? Jeez. Zuma's chill as well. I'm friends with Zuma. The thing is, I get on with Zuma and Steve. We're friends. Mark and I know each other, like of each other, but we've never interacted. So yeah. Um, do you still have contact with your parents? After I'm not talking about that, but I've not spoken to them. Carl Benjamin is definitely aware of you, but I think he'll hold off some time. Well, yeah, I know he's aware. All the Lotus Eaters are aware of because when I met Harry the other week, he came up to me and he shook my hand. He was like, "It's good to meet you" and whatnot. They're aware of who I am. Like Carl's quote tweeted replies to my tweets before. He knows who I am, but again, I'm like a little bit too edgy. I'm an edge lord. I can't fucking lie. I'm an edge lord, so I come on here and I say stupid shit and whatnot, and it's just like, yeah. How are you gonna buy a house to fit your 7 giant kids to if you have no career prospects? We need to go fund me. This is my life. Politics is my life. People keep saying this. I'm like, you will only make it in politics if you're willing to sacrifice everything. I have sacrificed everything. And when I say everything, I mean everything for this. So I refuse to lose. I refuse to lose. I will either die or I will win. There is no other option. Death or victory. What makes you think you've already thrown your entire life away? You really haven't. Well, I mean, like the life that I had, my social groups, my family, my job, my university, all of that is gone. Like I have to build up from the ground again. I have to build up from the ground again. I like writing though, which is why I've started to write on my Substack. You guys want to join my Substack? Join the Patreon link in bio. It says 50 quid a month. It's not 50 quid a month. Click on payment options. It says 5 a month or I think it's 10 a month. Right? Do it on that. That's better. Because Mary was like, it's 50 quid. I was like, I swear it's not 50. I was like, I'm sorry if it's 50. But I didn't do that. I didn't do that. Can't retire peacefully because he broke his spine during a welding job. Ooh. I I always get cautious about those kind of things as well. I'm like, what if I have like a work accident? What if I'm sat there and like I'm working on a train site and a big metal pole like springs up through my fucking skull, smashing out half my brains, and then I'm like basically paralyzed with mood swings for the rest of my life, all because I wanted a paycheck. True story that happened to somebody, right? Before we get into government, one of the good aspects of that. What are my plans moving forward? Keep doing this. I want to. There's people inside of Reform, like people that are going to become candidates that quite like me, and support me. So I guess if all goes well, and 4 years down the line, Reform win, and they're still not as far over on the Overton window, it's kind of like having my own MPs without having to run anywhere, right? I also might run in 2020. Imagine I run in 2029. I take out Melanie on. Me and Melanie on taking it over Grimsby, like fucking battling for it. Maybe. Maybe. The football results. True. Thoughts on Andrew Tate? Andrew's, again, like, we've had very small interaction. Andrew does his own thing. Rent apartment with Young Zog and do a right wing reality show. I don't think Young Zog would want to rent an apartment with me. He's not spoke to me actually since that fucking episode I did on him. Young Zog, I'm sorry. Well, I'm not sorry. I'm not actually sorry. But come on. You have to start all over again. Sure, it just means you exactly. You just build differently. The Grimbarian Barbarian. That's it. Grimbarian Barbarian taking over Grimsby, introducing actual nationalism. That's the way it's going to be. That's the way it's going to be. Grimsby would love nationalism, I guarantee it. I guarantee it. Right, I'm going to leave it there. I don't like football. Sorry, I don't find people kicking a ball entertaining. I find it boring as fuck. I'm going to leave it there for tonight. I will be back tomorrow. I'll be joined by Mr. Reese Talking. We will be doing more of a conspiracy episode, a little bit different to the politics. I might do a little like catch up on the news. Don't you think reform advance is better than reform? No. We'll see how that goes. Start a podcast. A podcast on top of my shows. That's gonna get hectic. Come on. I'll be just working. No, I can't be asked to do I'll go on people's podcasts and do an appearance, but I can't be asked. Anyway, I will be back tomorrow with Reese. We'll be having a bit of a chat. People said it's Nick Fuentes and Alex Jones. He's fucking conspiracy nut job and whatnot. But I do like Reese. Reese and I get on. So I'll be back tomorrow. We'll keep it going. If you want to support me, you can subscribe, hit the notification bell, follow me on X at the Hugh Anthony. You can donate in the PayPal or subscribe to the Patreon. Subscribing to the Patreon gives you access to Substack and the members only videos that I am going to upload to the channel. If you want to see the members only videos, which is a bit more like personal and a bit more like philosophy and that kind of thing, going to upload them every Thursday. The first one is coming out this Thursday. So if you want to join that, become a member of the channel, I'll be back tomorrow. And do you know that now whenever you go to an airport, you'll have your phone seized? That's why I'm not going to fly. Fuck it. We stay in the country. We ball. Anyway, I'll be back tomorrow with Reese. Thank you for watching. Take care of yourselves. God bless and good night.